That's ridiculous.
Okay, welcome to the podcast. I'm Joe Vargas. This is Maggie Duarte.
Yeah.
And this is fucking Adam Connier Sr.
No,
Adam Alexander.
Adam Alexander.
Alexander. I didn't even do that.
Yeah, I don't go by Connie no more.
What?
He changed his identity, dog.
For real? You knew this?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Don't remember that.
Connie's my father's name.
Oh, I think you did say that. My bad.
Yeah.
I've been punch drunk, dog. Oh, you got your
You're the least punch drunk of all the punch drunk people.
I don't
Hey,
like seeing the light.
matter of fact, speaks. You brought up being punch drunk. Like, how bad does that get? Is it just like a kind of a goofiness?
I don't see it no more because I think they take care of each other more. But when I was little, all the old boxers, you can tell who they were by the way they talked. It's like their tongue stuck to the top of their mouth. Like, yeah, like Tommy Hearns is one of the last recipients of a fucking punch drunk.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember?
It's an award, dog.
It is an award. It's battles, dog.
Yeah. No. Remember Harlem Nights?
Oh yeah, I remember.
We had the stutter. Somebody.
You know, Robert Duran made an appearance in that movie too.
I vaguely.
He says, "You want me to kick his ass?"
Yeah.
Robert Duran was that famous. He was in fucking Rocky.
He wasn't
in Harlem Nights. He was in that dog.
So we got Tommy Hearns, Punch Drunk. There was like,
what was the question though?
No, I'm just like trying to get are all punch drunk people seemingly happy?
I think so. I think they don't have any worries anymore.
It's like you never get punch drunk and then like you're mean.
No.
Like you go punch drunk, you're like, hey, everything's cool now.
It's because people don't understand you. There was a friend of the family. Nobody could understand him, but only his wife could. She used to translate for us. Because he was one of them old school fighters that fought in the 60s, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they used to train with cotton gloves and they sparred 5 days a week. And those guys left their career in the gym the first year.
Wow. Cotton gloves just sounds like you're getting punched with knuckles.
Exactly.
And then
cotton separates after impact.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
And then 5 days a week sparring.
That's what they used
when
to
do. When do you work on drills?
The bag. There were no drills. That's more modern, dog.
Wow. So you're like, I mean, that's cool that you're from like both eras of boxing.
Well, my family dates back to the 50s when they used to box. My grandma and everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
It's grandma. Your grandma used to box. No.
She boxed.
Yeah, that's right. You did tell me that.
Yeah.
I was about to make a joke, but no, you did tell me that.
Yeah, she'll fuck you up if you want to spar.
I'm not going to mess with your grandma. Stop putting me in the ring.
Beat you down, dog.
I'd rather see you against Andy Reese.
Me too. Like she owns like National City. I'm not.
No, that's the other grandma.
Oh,
this one owns half of the cartel in Tijuana.
See, I mean, there's
little worse.
Yeah, there's.
I'm just joking. She doesn't own the cartel. We're like most wanted and shit. DEA.
I'm just joking. Wink, wink. Speaking of punch drunk, so is Ngannou now punch drunk after taking the L from Anthony Joshua? Which I want to be the first to say it. I fell for the bullshit. I thought Ngannou had something special. I blame Tyson Fury. I blame Ngannou. I blame DAZN. I blame everybody behind Ngannou being a boxer. I fell for it. Now,
I don't think it was a bad thing. I think that it kind of like relived the heavyweight division. It's almost like it kind of needed that.
Revived it?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about it. People are talking about it. I didn't fall for it. I thought that Tyson Fury didn't take that fight serious, and it showed.
Mm-hmm.
But Joshua knew that Joshua's been clipped and hurt before. He's been hurt, and he knew that he had to be up on. He prepared for that fight.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that Ngannou has is that he's powerful. He's strong.
And he felt it. I think.
He felt it.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. When I look back and like, hey, what was I thinking? When I look back and I'm like, what was I thinking? Like being in Team Ngannou so quick, and it was like, yeah, I saw some flash, and I fell for the flash.
I think that you were hopeful. You were hopeful to see some.
It's a beautiful story. It's like Maggie was talking about the other day. When you have a story behind the fighter, you kind of relate and you cheer. That's what she was saying. And we'll elaborate on that where I'm going with that after. But Ngannou has something that we all could relate to. No, like he comes from nothing.
Yeah.
He has a story, He chose MMA. He wanted to be a boxer. He didn't do it. Life came full circle for him. Look at who would have said when that guy told him that not to box, that he would fight 2 fights and he'd make $40 million.
And fight the best heavyweights in the world.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So don't ever listen to people that tell you not to do nothing.
Oh, never, ever.
Sometimes your path isn't your path, but you'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
If it's written.
Yeah, yeah. It's not the way you may imagine, but you'll get there.
I think life's a balance of worrying about what's my path and what's my destination. Because it's like I want to get there, and we get so head on I want to get there, but I want to get there this way. That's what you can't do.
After the Ngannou fight, I felt like I was like happy, bro. I was like, yeah, fuck that dude. He don't belong in boxing, you know. But then I was like, wait, man, he did something that you have to respect. He went after the 2 best guys, and say what you want to say. Take some fucking balls. I don't care how much money you're getting paid. You could you could not get you could lay out and die from one of them shots, dude. Like, I know I'm exaggerating, but that happens in the ring. People die every year in boxing.
He got knocked down 3 times, and the third one was kind of a situation.
But I think the second one was one because he got up and he was like twitching his face, like he was hurt. He was out already, and the third one just finished him off.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the third one because it was a straight shot, no block.
Folded.
But as a boxing fan, I was so happy Joshua won. But I was so sad that Ngannou got knocked out that way.
Yeah.
I would love to see him do it, like the referee stop it and, but the way he went down. But you know what, man?
You think there should have been a stoppage?
No, if they would have stopped it, I said the outcome would have been a little bit different. Like they would have stopped it, waved it off or something, I wouldn't have been mad. But the way he went down, I hate to see men that are that good go down like that, But I guess they got there for that reason too. Like Manny Pacquiao, when he got knocked out, I was happy he lost to Barrera, but then I was sad that he went out that way. It's kind of weird, bro. It's like you love the sport so much, but then the human element kicks in and you feel bad for them.
You're watching your favorite guy age.
And then Joshua, man, like he revived his career after this fight.
And I do not like Joshua. I mean, I just am not a fan. I don't have anything personally against him. Just like I see him and I'm just like, Brit. And but I was happy for him that I felt like you're finally back. I think you're ready to go.
For how long?
How long is up to him?
No, he got the opportunity. At least he has the opportunity now. Who's out there for him to fight that you think that's a good fight, Maggie?
I think he should still fight Deontay. I think that's still a good fight. Aside from that, Tyson Fury. Why not?
Oh yeah, and then Usyk, is he still involved or no?
Yep, he's supposed.
Tyson
and
May.
Usyk supposed to be May.
Yeah, they got moved.
Maybe. I mean. Hopefully Tyson wins and Tyson can fight Joshua after, I think that's good. Other than that, like those top heavyweights, they're few and far between. So it's like, it's hard, so that's why, fuck it, just fight Deontay in the meantime too. He's unscathed, not like he took any damage.
Yeah. As a fan, how did you feel when Ngannou got knocked down?
Surprised.
Did you, after the first round?
The first one.
Yeah. And then what did you feel after the second one? Did you feel like, oh, he's slowly... Because now you understand fighting more.
Yes.
So now you're like, oh, shit, did you see the beginning of the end or no?
So it's the beginning of that fight?
No, when you started seeing the first knockdown, did you say, oh, it's a fluke?
No, when he got knocked down the first time, I was like, oh, shit, Joshua's a better boxer.
Yeah.
This is not going to go wherever it's supposed to go. I didn't think it would get done in the second round, but I was like, this is going to end this is going to end badly for Ngannou. Because what did Tyson say? When you get punched in your face, your whole plan goes out the door.
Everything changes.
Once he got knocked down the first time, you could just see in Ngannou's eyes, he didn't know what to do to stop that from happening.
Well, it's because normally he's the one on the other end. It's I'm trying to think if anybody. I don't think anybody did that to him in the UFC.
If you could know how to adapt to chaos.
Yeah. When
you get rattled like that, and then his safety was probably taking somebody down or kicking somebody. So that's why I always say, like, I was happy, but then again, the table was turned, and Joshua was fighting him in the octagon. He probably would last the same round or two.
No, and
it's like you respect each other's sport. That's his sport.
So should the fighters start respecting each other's sport and standing out?
I think the fighters do. It's not fans that don't.
I mean, start staying out of each other's rings.
I mean, yeah, you can't say that when you're making $600,000. I don't know how much money he's made.
His contract was fucked up.
How much money he made? I think they said that these last 2 fights, like 30 or 40 million for the last 2 fights.
Mm-hmm. He made 3.4 his whole time and 3.2 or 0.4 in his whole career in the UFC.
And then 2 losses. And those are all wins, most of them, right? I mean, he mostly beat everybody. And he made $3.4 million.
The UFC is good at keeping
their pockets full.
I don't want to say I
it's
wasn't
their
gonna say
pockets.
that. Yes, no, I get that. But the UFC is keeping their league interesting, you know, and it's keeping the fighters fighting.
Even if they were to make like John Jones, the biggest fight in the UFC, you know, if Francis Ngannou was still in, would be John Jones and Francis Ngannou. They still probably wouldn't even break the tens of millions, bro. They probably wouldn't. For the both of them, they probably wouldn't.
UFC keeps all that money?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's weird. I think they have like a socialist structure, huh?
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, so everybody gets paid?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, everybody gets paid. Yeah, that's
to like spread the pot a little bit more. But you know what? Like,
and I'm always weird, talking bro, about
like because eventually, I really do believe that eventually it's already started to happen. They're gonna all work together, and it's gonna become the same shit as boxing because the PFL and Bellator are already working, are in cahoots. They're working together. I think Liz has a fight with the PFL. And she's signed with Bellator, so now they're cross promoting. So the same thing's gonna fucking happen. Inevitably, eventually, the UFC is gonna have to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, they're gonna be like the WBC,
and they're trying to get like I heard that Liz might make $1 million a fight. So
yeah, dude,
she didn't make that in the UFC, you know.
Yeah, hell no. That's why like they're a lot of those guys, and you know what? They're tough. They're rugged, dude. Like they've been in the game. Guys like well, I don't want to get too into it because you know it'll be hard to have the conversation because you guys don't really know them, but it's gonna turn into that eventually, bro. That's what it's gonna be, and that's how they're gonna make more money, though.
Yeah, but shout out to Ngannou, man. Shout out, but Joshua too. You know,
you know, I'm not a big fan of Joshua's style.
I love how Joshua. I didn't see the whole end of the fight.
You pretty much did,
but I love how he didn't she didn't showboat after the fight.
No,
he knew what he was. He knew
he went with the fundamentals. Bro.
Yeah, he knew it was prey.
Yeah, exactly. He saw the outcome, and him
and his coach went like this.
I saw that. I saw he got in the ring. It was
that's like, what we do too. Bro.
It was like still during the count. I felt it was like 8, and he was just dapping up
his coach like that's over.
Yeah, that I stand by, but it's just really. So where does Ngannou go now?
Ngannou should go back to the
UFC or to the sunset, dog. How much
PFL?
You know?
He signed with the PFL, so he has to go make some money over there real quick. He can
but
still
you know
box.
what? After making $20 million a fight, how could you train for $1 million now?
I would fight Deontay Wilder. Him and Deontay. Yeah. Eventually, you know.
That's another $15-20 million payday right there.
Outside of that, I probably after Deontay, I'd call it.
Because he might develop the punch drunk syndrome.
Yeah, that you're gonna.
Nah, you know what punch drunk syndrome comes from? It comes from guys that don't go down, who could take a shot.
Yeah.
If you get knocked out, you're done. You're good. Your body's just saying, oh, "Okay, I have to survive." But if your body doesn't go down, you take those shots and you never get knocked. Those are the guys that have their punch drunk most of the time.
Yeah, you absorb
those standing
those
concussions. Oh man, that's it's a weird side of boxing. But so I'm gonna come back to Ngannou versus. But one thing I do appreciate about Ngannou is that he's taking the hard route into boxing. You know, he didn't really work his way up. And
I mean, you can look at saying that both ways. You know, the hard way is working your way up.
If I told you
the long route, he didn't take the long. He didn't take the slow road.
Yeah,
he just like I'll go in with the big monsters.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, was he going to go fight the long road for $20,000?
No,
hell no.
But the guy that can clip him.
Him. What helps him a lot is his fucking story, bro. Really, like realistically.
That's a story. I never thought about that till she started bringing that up, bro. Everybody has a story.
The story, like it's
so like Mike Tyson.
It's what creates those documentaries and like exactly. Mike Tyson his story is still developing, and there's a lot of shit that's like even untouchable, right? That like he doesn't like to fucking talk about that even adds to that even more, you know.
Okay, now speaking of stories, is this why we all hate Jake Paul? Because he has the lamest story out there.
I said I wasn't going to talk about that, and I'm going to keep my word.
Well, I think that.
Well, we're gonna talk.
Wait. I think that if you go like the story, like Andre Ward has a story, but he never really talks about his story.
Andre Ward Streets,
one of the best fighters ever, and nobody really knows him outside of boxing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
He was
undefeated too.
Undefeated, yeah. he undefeated, retired undefeated, Olympic gold medalist, and he didn't have a story, bro. Sometimes when don't get mad at me, my Bible brothers. When you start Bible bashing people a lot,
they don't like it.
You don't like Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield beat Tyson, knocked out the guy that Tyson lost to, and fought everybody Tyson avoided. And he is a better fighter than Tyson, but nobody talks about him because he was always talking about the Bible and preaching and wearing scripture on his shorts. I ain't knocking it. It's a beautiful thing, and I respect it, but there was no story behind Evander.
I will knock it. Don't do that. It's lame.
What?
God doesn't even like it.
What?
Bible, carrying
Oh,
Bible on your
I
sleeve.
know.
So does Ryan too, you know, and it's so strange to me that like people, it's because people attach their identities too much to that shit, and they're like, oh, dude, that dude, there he goes talking about Jesus and fucking praising God. It's like, who? Okay, let him be.
I think
you're watching the fights, right?
People didn't tune in for that.
As a Christian, I'll say this: the life inside of it, kind of, it's confusing. It's very if I don't say nothing, then I'm
An atheist.
I'm being bad. I'm denying.
Yeah.
That's control, dog.
Yeah, and right. And once your mindset's in that control, so I do knock it, but I will say, guys like Evander, they had to have. I mean, the Christian camp around them taking their money. Like if you have a Christian around you who's also taking money from you, all right. So, but it's like that guy is influencing them. Oh, you got to say this, or you got to do that here. Put this scripture on your whatever, you know. And that's where the God gets lost in it.
Yeah, you have to be in the fight game. You have to relate to you, and most people don't walk a fine line like that, and not all holy, and they don't relate to
the people, and that's the problem. I mean, that's the answer or whatever, because neither do the people doing it. It's like we know. I'm bad. I know I'm bad. So, and I love me. So I know you're bad.
Yeah.
So let's quit pretending you're not.
You know, I just thought about Muhammad Ali. He was very actually, I mean, obviously known for his being a man of faith.
There's a difference. He didn't denounce people.
He had a story.
He had a story, and he did not denounce people.
Also, we got to think about the time. I think the time now, man, is so different. I think back then people still held on to faith, and they still used it for having structure in life and leading, high morals and ethics and such. And now society isn't like that. It's actually like not, if you want to kind of look at it from this perspective, it's like, it's almost like not cool to be religious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you really think about it now, it's like, the country was founded upon like Christian values or whatever, right?
Right.
And now
our traitors.
A lot of people they're not about that, which is crazy because all that's why like the moral structure of the country is just going to shit almost because we don't have that anymore,
I think, and one, you're kind of right.
I don't know.
I like people who find that moral tenet and keep it to themselves.
I agree, man. I believe in spirituality, not religion.
They don't push it. Like I think one of the things, and Coach Bashir taught me this, is, dude, we're just here for God's sake. That's it. And once I realized that, I was like, man, it kind of, and we gotta give a shout out to our brothers of the Islam faith, because they are fighters. And
there's a lot of fighters at the gym who are Islamic, and when I watch them this next upcoming month, bro, even Coach Bashir, that they do their fasting, and it's like,
it's Ramadan,
bruh, and I can't even go 5 hours without drinking water, and I see Coach Bashir. Coach Bashir is always, he's a man who has made an impact on me without even saying words, bro. He's a man that leads by actions. He'd hardly, if he says words, it's because he's pissed. You know what I mean? He's like, he doesn't really say nothing. He gives you that look. And
very wise.
Yeah, I've been with Coach Bashir at big fights, bro, at the Honda Center, and I can't find him, and I'll be like, it's prayer time, and I'll look for him somewhere. He's behind all the setup for the network where nobody can see him. He has this, I don't know what to disrespect it or call it, his little prayer rug, and he's doing his, his phone, his compass to find the Mecca, and I'm like, damn, dude, like, that's cool, man. I admire him for that, But the fighters right now that are doing it, and coaches and everybody that even people outside the sport, but the reason we bring up the sport is because it's so physically demanding that you thirst and you hunger.
Mm-hmm. I got to
strength.
Is Devin practicing
Islamic,
over there?
yeah.
But is he? I haven't even looked into that.
I know that there's passes. I don't know I don't know that. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I know most UFC fighters, like the champ in like the 155 division, he's not taking fights until after.
Yeah.
I got to the gym today, and my nephew was in the ring. You know who you are. Was in the ring hard, and he got out. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, I gotta get ready for a fight. So he's got to fight during Ramadan.
Yeah.
And so I asked him. I says, Coach Bashir know? He's like, no. Let him know.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking you. It's
nephew.
Just to tell.
I gotta sound like some dog when I say it.
Just to tell Coach.
Yeah, that's tough to do.
And so, but just to
all those fighters that have cut weight before, they know that they suffer for like that one day.
Mm-hmm.
They don't drink no liquid or not. That's what they do for the whole month of Ramadan.
It's 12 hours a day, and it's a
from sunset to sundown.
Yeah,
sundown,
and
right?
that's like I've never experienced anything like it before. Just going,
just cut weight.
Yeah,
try cutting weight one time.
But like you said, it's for one day.
But you get you know,
hydrate at night.
Yeah.
Or wake up in the morning, and you can wake up early, eat your breakfast, drink your water before sunrise.
Yep. Yeah.
So
and then pray 5 times a day.
So shout out to you guys. But now let's get back to, and it's like last week we shunned ourselves for talking about him, and then this happened. So we kind of it's news now.
You spoke it into existence, though.
Yeah, we did. And so you all are welcome. Mike Tyson is fighting that guy, and I'm
gonna walk out for like the next 20 minutes. I'm not gonna be in this room.
What? No, wait.
You guys can talk about it.
You guys can talk about it. Go ahead.
Oh, wait. So we're not talking about it anymore?
What are you doing?
We're not talking. We're just gonna leave me here. My thoughts about it is, if it turns out to be a circus, I'm not even being involved. Like, because the quote unquote leaked rules of the fight say that Jake Paul is not going to be drug tested. Jake Paul's going to get to wear headgear. Jake Paul is going to get to tag in his brother Logan. If that's
what the rumors.
Those are rumors. And I was just like,
that's an exhibition. It's not a fight then.
Right now, the other side is that this is going to be a pro fight.
There's a guy on the
roof. Yeah, my neighbors are getting.
He tripped me out.
Been out there for the last 24 minutes.
I didn't even know.
So, if there is a exhibition fight to it with all these silly rules, I'm not even gonna bother.
I ain't bothering anyways, even if it's not.
It's not, you're not gonna watch it.
Hell no! What commission will sanction that? That's money. That's what. There's a famous quote in boxing: "You don't play boxing." Well, they're playing boxing nowadays, and that's a slap in the face for all the fighters. Mike Tyson doesn't need money. I don't know why he's doing it. Maybe it's to feed his ego, and I don't know. I haven't been in his shoe. I have never been in his shoe. I never walked into a stadium with 50,000 people roaring my name.
That could be.
I don't know what what's making him.
That could be the dragon he's chasing.
Yeah, that feeling he's had before.
Mm-hmm. I'm more interested in seeing fucking Mike Tyson against Holyfield again than any of that shit.
I wonder if
that's all I'll say.
That wouldn't gain. Yes, I'm with you on that. But I'd say that wouldn't gain a quarter of the attention that this is gaining.
Yeah, because people want to see that motherfucker get knocked out. That's it.
Murdered.
But
like, who did Tyson fight? McNulty? Like something? McNeely. The murder that everybody expected then and didn't get should be the murder we get now. And when you go to stories, that's why I don't like Jake Paul. It's just some privileged kid YouTuber who just gets to do boxing his way. He gets to play boxing. And I don't like it.
I just want, there's a lot of great fights to make at 135, 140, 147, 154. There's a lot of great fights at 168. Great fights that I would love to see that I would rather be talking about.
Let me just make a fantasy fight. I would love to see Jake Paul fight Beterbiev or Bivol.
What?
Drop the mic, dog. Just take it out and drop it.
But that's what he's not doing. That's how I say he's playing boxing. He's not trying to
you're making more money than them.
He's not trying to get into a real boxing ring.
Then stop fucking fighting under our rules, under our commission.
Yeah.
Start making them exhibitions, bro.
Somebody's got to make him stop. And kind of like, I'm kind of hoping Batman. I'm hoping Mike Tyson.
Why Batman?
I don't know. I don't know why Batman just slipped out.
You're hoping Mike Tyson stops that.
I'm hoping he puts an end to this.
And if he doesn't, are you going to be done fucking liking Tyson?
The new Tyson. Like I like he'll still like the old Tyson he was.
What Tyson? What Tyson do you like?
Before the Tyson before Hangman.
Well, tell me a fight that you like about Tyson that makes you love Tyson. What? Just tell me one fighter that he beat that was good. I'll wait.
Really?
Yeah, just one good fighter that he beat that was good. The English Frank Bruno, he sucked ass. Tell me somebody else.
I wanted to say who's the white fat guy?
Butterbean.
Butterbean. I'm not gonna say that. That wasn't good.
He didn't beat Lennox Lewis.
No, he didn't beat Lewis. He didn't beat Hearns.
Evander Holyfield.
I meant not Hearns. He beat Hearns. He didn't beat Holyfield.
Oh, he beat Hearns. Hearns was fucking already retired, dog.
Right.
Just like he beat.
I'm so confused.
Who's the other guy? No, you're talking about Spinks and Holmes, not Hearns.
I was like,
Okay,
what
yes.
do you Hearns? How did he
like
get
Hearns.
in here?
Like,
Okay. He beat Spinks and Holmes.
And those were guys that came out of retirement to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Don King did a perfect job with Mike Tyson. I know I'm gonna get a lot of haters, but Mike Tyson sucks.
He does not suck.
He didn't beat anybody good. I'll wait for you guys.
Oh, this shit better fucking.
He didn't fight. He didn't fight Ray Mercer. He didn't fight Ray Mercer.
You gotta send me the marks.
He didn't find. He didn't fight Rick. He didn't fight Riddick Bowe. He fought Evander. He fought Lennox. He fought an old Bone Crusher Smith who was still active and it went decision. He fought Tony Tucker, who was an old fighter. It went decision. Other than that, he didn't fight shit. I'm sorry, dog. It's the truth. Bashir gets mad at me, but it's the truth.
I think. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you.
Oh,
yes,
Buster Douglas knocked him out too.
But he has spent the night doing coke and hookers with Bobby Brown. So you should have walked away.
I'm sure Whitney Houston was around too.
Tyson, I respect for what he did, dog. He's a badass dude. He's been
relevant. His story.
He's relevant. He has a story. Everybody can. All these other guys.
Story. He has one of those rare stories of redemption.
Lennox is a better fighter. Nobody talks about Lennox Lewis. There's no story.
It's that charisma. It's a story, bro. You really do have to have the charisma to make it to that.
Manny Pacquiao's a story.
And the charisma. He's charismatic.
Floyd Mayweather has a story.
You guys are looking at me like I'm working at Netflix making this bullshit happen.
You know what? Well, you know what's funny to me? That like Mayweather's been retired for a while, but that motherfucker is still a part of the conversation. He's still stirring the pot too.
Mayweather, yes.
It's fucking hilarious to me. That fool's
because
he's one of the he started this whole.
He's got that mentality.
Jake Paul thing.
Yeah, know? But if Mike Tyson loses to Jake Paul, just gonna confirm what I'm saying, dog.
To me, if Mike Tyson doesn't knock out Jake Paul, he lost to Jake Paul. Like that was the same thing I said. That was the same thing I said with when he went up against Mayweather. I'm like, if Mayweather doesn't knock him out,
Mayweather's little though. He's little.
He's small, dog. He's smaller than my size, dog. Fighting a big ass man.
He was too small at 154.
He's still strong.
He's not. Mayweather's not strong anymore, bro. He's good.
He's just sharp, dude. The fool just did this shit his whole life.
There was precise. What are you looking at?
Impeccable timing.
I'm looking at Mike Tyson's record.
Look at all that green.
He fought Jesse Ferguson. Was a decent fight. He was young, and he beat him by knockout in the 6th round. Okay, I did
not know.
I think Mike was just a marvel.
Okay. This is when he starts fighting good people. He fought. Fuck, I lost it. He knocked out Trevor Berbick.
Just to see a big guy move like that, I think.
Tony Tucker, 12 rounds. Tony Tucker was old already. Where's Bone Crusher Smith? Tony Tubbs. He knocked his ass out. He beat Michael Spinks. Then he lost to James Douglas.
Spinks.
Lost to Evander twice. Had a no contest with Orton Norris. He did win that fight. He had a no contest with Andrew Galata. I don't know what happened to that one. He went crazy. He got KO'd by Lennox Lewis. He lost to a guy named Danny Williams and Kevin McBride. That's the all-time best fighter you're talking about?
Somewhere around there, he broke his back.
I didn't say
spinal.
I didn't say anything about being all-time best. I just said I love the guy.
And I love the guy too, bro.
It's just it's his story. It's like I said, he has a story of redemption.
He didn't even beat Peter. He beat Peter McNeely by disqualification. I thought he knocked him out.
I thought that was a TKO.
It says right here DQ. It's right here, dog.
I know. I don't understand that DQ. Huh.
He
knocked down twice.
Yeah, it says that, but it says disqualification. Interesting. Is
it a throw on the towel? If you throw on the towel, is that disqualification?
Not a DQ, no.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe they just did a mistake on BoxRec. But yeah, Mike Tyson is great. He's a good fighter, but he wasn't like what people make him out to be. That was good promoting by Don King, and motherfucker has a video game, and he
was definitely a villain.
He was a villain.
He was definitely a villain.
And that was a story.
I'll eat you.
And it all goes back to my little says that the story.
That was a heavy one. I heard that one.
I'm
over
sorry.
I liked it.
It's the ones that we talk about fucking stories behind them, dog.
And I think that, but I really need him to just end this Jake Paul era. But and one thing he said that gives me a little bit of hope. He said, "I started this Jake Paul thing. I'm gonna end it," because he said Jake Paul fought
on his undercard.
On his undercard.
Yeah.
So was that on the
Roy Jones?
The Roy Jones? Yeah. So
I hope he wins. I'll take back everything I said about.
It's not
Mike
just
Tyson.
win. It's not just win.
I hope he knocks him out, and I'll take back everything about Mike Tyson. I bet he's the best of all time.
That's.
But my favorite fighter of that era is Evander Holyfield. Then Lennox Lewis.
Really?
Heavyweights.
I can't argue those. Of
course you can, because he beat the fuck out of your guy.
It's
He bit his ear off, dog. That's how bad it was.
But it paid off in the end because now they have
their chewable.
Now they have the
THC,
chewable
The
chewable THC.
That's hilarious.
Maggie, wait. Maggie, what do you think about Mike Tyson?
What do I think about him? You know what? I love as far as I think highly of him as a person because he has been through a lot, and it's so interesting to watch certain moments when when he's like, "I'll fuck you till you love me." I won't even say the rest of what he said.
I'll eat your kids.
I'll fuck you till you love me, and then he said that, the other F word.
Yeah,
and it's so interesting to see him go from that to like somebody who's so
calm,
is so like introspective. Obviously, I think the drugs have a lot to do with it, but he's so introspective. He very self-reflective. Like, I love listen to the shit that he's. A lot of people probably think he's fucking crazy, bro. But
smart.
A lot of the shit he says is like he actually is very studious. He loves like war.
Stories
like
of Alexander
Genghis
the Great, Genghis Khan,
all that shit.
Achilles,
and he was a student of the game, of like boxing, and a lot.
He had a good upbringing. I mean, he had a fucked up life, but Customato was the best thing that happened to him.
Right.
To be able to have
study
access
film,
to all
he
the
had
film.
libraries of fights, and Customato would read them up. Yeah, he loved it. He's soaking it all up.
And he was obsessed with it, and I love his intellect. I think that's what I'll say. I was not around. I mean, I was very young. I was small to know anything about his career. But I mean, obviously, it's like his name is synonymous with boxing, heavyweight division. So
I don't even want to touch on the next subject after talking about Mike Tyson.
Wait, what's the next subject?
Well, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Oh, okay. I was going to talk about. I pulled up 5 famous, 5 big exhibition fights.
Okay,
it was just silly bullshit.
Muhammad Ali with the fucking...
Oscar De La Hoya versus
the basketball player
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
But those were marketed as exhibitions.
Right. Yep. No. That's because we don't know that this Tyson bullshit isn't yet. So I'm thinking.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What else? Sugar Shane Mosley, Shaquille O'Neal
rematch for his homie.
That's hilarious.
The Muhammad Ali. I'm not familiar with this one.
He fought a wrestler.
Was that Antonio Inoki?
That shit was weird.
Okay. Yeah. And then Mike Tyson.
Inoki tried to break his leg for reals.
Yeah, it was weird.
He was bad. He was competing with him. It was like, are we fighting or is this for reals? That's where they took the plot from Rocky. He didn't know.
With like old school UFC
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's the same shit that happened. He didn't know if it was. He tried to break his leg for reals.
It's like some old school UFC was like that.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Oh man. Okay, I want to look up that footage. Then we got Mike Tyson versus Corey Sanders.
I didn't even know Corey Sanders. That was an exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that one.
Yeah, they were both boxers, but it was an exhibition.
Damn, they're slick. They run that shit by you, dog. They probably pay for pay-per-view for that shit.
Yep.
Corey Sanders is from South Africa, if I remember correctly, dog. He's a South African.
And then
South Africa.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Tenshin Ngasakwa.
Yeah. Floyd had to involve himself in the fucking greats.
In the what?
In the conversation with the greats,
Yep. So this is gonna be very interesting. So did you find out Corey Sanders?
No.
Okay. So now what's our last topic?
Ryan Garcia against Devin Haney with all the shit that fucking Ryan is saying on the internet about kids being raped at that fucking Grove and
the Bohemian Grove,
everything he witnessed, and what is he doing it for? Publicity? Is he really talking from the heart? He's real biblical. He's always talking about, I don't know, man. It's just like a fight against.
Well, I'm going to go back to what you always tell me when I'm like, what the hell's the matter with your boy? If I say anything about anybody, you'll go, hey, man, fighters are emotional.
Yeah.
And this is that from a former emotional person. I'll tell you that crazy is like is the second foot. The first step is emotional. The second foot is crazy. And it's going to be a lot for him. Like, it sounds like on the outside, looking in with the pair of binoculars, I'm not even close. I'm just saying that it sounds like he doesn't want to fight this fight for whatever reason. And
I disagree.
He's being a little bit reckless.
I disagree on your first point, but on the second point, I think he is being reckless. I don't know how much of his involvement is real, but a lot of the shit that he's talking about is real. However, I don't know what would bring it upon him to bring all that out right now as he's preparing for a fight.
Right.
But I'll tell you one thing: the fight is only going to do bigger numbers because of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure, dude. Because now people are like, well, let's see how he's going to look. He's probably gonna look like shit. Let's see.
Okay, and that could be a good game plan where he's trying to get
trolling.
He's trolling. He's trying to get, like, we're not in Vegas. It's gonna be hard to get the Vegas numbers up here in New York at Barclays.
Yep.
So if I go a little crazy, we're gonna get closer to Vegas numbers. We're never gonna get Vegas numbers.
I do disagree that he doesn't want to fight though. I just don't see that. I don't see why, like, you would all that
I'd
up.
be more scared of fighting Tank Davis than fighting Devin Haney.
Exactly.
And he fought Tank, so
he fought Tank and he got hurt.
You know, if there's anybody who can handle all that, it's him though, because he's just used to it. He's used to people bashing him, dude. So at this point, I think he just doesn't give a fuck anymore.
But what is and it's like it reminds me of that the little guy on the Big Guys show. He was on Shannon Sharp's show. I'm having a hard time. What did Cat Williams say?
I don't understand you.
I'm having a hard time with names today. Cat Williams, what did he say? No one knows why liars lie. Okay, yeah. I'm not saying Garcia's lying. So I'm thinking of that when I'm wondering, why would he say this stuff? It's like, nobody knows why crazy's crazy.
A lot of the shit well, that's what they want you to think, that they are crazy.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that shit...
very dismissive. You know, once you label a person crazy, you don't have to worry about... You don't have to argue anything that they say.
Exactly. What's crazy is... What really is crazy is that once people start fucking blabbing their mouths, shit starts happening to them. Like that whole Wendy Williams situation, dude. Like, she knows a lot of... She been knowing about Diddy and all that. She knew a lot of shit.
Of all the shit she gossiped about, she ain't say nothing about that stuff.
And... Yeah, she did a long time ago.
Oh, she did?
A long time ago. Yeah, she been knowing that. But now all of a sudden the bank done froze her money. You know?
For real?
Yeah, the Wells Fargo has her money. And they won't release it to her. Now she's under guardianship, kind of like similar to what Britney Spears was under.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. But that's why they have her money, because they don't know who's going to control it.
Because she's crazy. But to a certain extent, it almost seems like they drove her crazy. Britney Spears, dog, like Britney
Spears...
They had her. They drugged her up with lithium for a long time. That shit, unfortunately, bro. Like, once you're on drugs like that, like, you're not gonna be the same after.
Right.
Especially if it's in high dosage. Kanye West is another one. He started blabbing his mouth. Isn't it crazy that after he started saying shit, it must be true if they fucking took all his fucking money. Like, they only make it obvious, you know. That's why the kid said, if I turn up dead,
that's why I want to be like, yes.
No, dude. Like, I mean, think about it. You got to be a little bit. You gotta be a little bit of a critical thinker. You gotta question shit. You should be a skeptic. You can't just believe whatever anybody fucking says or believe what the popular opinion, because the popular opinion is usually concerned with how they look to other people. And if I don't fucking think this, then they're gonna think I'm crazy. So I gotta think what everybody else thinks. You know?
I agree. So, and that, okay, now tie all that back to Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you.
Telling me to fucking tie it back up?
Yeah, no, like, now what is Ryan Garcia saying that has that
shit like that he was fucking kidnapped in the Bohemian Grove and
to watch kids
getting raped, which that shit is the Epstein Island shit. all that shit, dude. Like it's if do your research. Just like it's hard to find it, but like it. I suggest. I don't know if you know who Alex Jones is. I listen to a lot of fucking Joe Rogan.
Do you listen to Alex Jones?
I listened to a few of his podcasts with Joe Rogan. Turns out a lot of the shit he was talking about was fucking true.
Mm-hmm.
People think that it's conspiracies, but and it sounds fucking crazy. But he knew about the Epstein shit before it ever came out, and people are like, "This fool's fucking insane."
My concern is, and I'm agreeing with you. Yes, you have to listen. You have to have a lot of sources. You do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And maybe I was wrong in saying, "Oh, he's crazy." I would say that it's like, why now? Why here? Why this?
I agree.
Platform? That's my
agree
definition of crazy. That's my definition of crazy is a misapplied platform. Okay.
I see where you're coming from, and I agree because that's a lot of pressure that you're putting upon yourself before a fight. Maybe he's just there's some people, bro, not just fighters. There's some people who during camp. It's just training, going back to your house and fucking eating and running, and it's just revolves around that.
Cabin fever.
There's some people who like they gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? So perhaps this
where's my Twitter account?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's it.
Fucking.
But all those conspiracies, man. I like how much do you listen to before you're like, oh man, the Earth is flat? You know, it's like
not flat.
No. It used to be.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta question everything, dude. Like I don't put it past and put that shit. No, like people with a shit ton of money, you gotta think that they're living a different reality from us, bro. Mm-hmm. So you get so much money. You think about people like Bill Gates and shit. They have so much fucking money. They don't even know what to do with. They can't hang out with regular people. They're not understood. So they hang out with a bunch of other people with a shit ton of money who you end up being a weirdo because you can do so much with your money that you end up hanging out on Epstein Island.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing is like, when you get all that money, like, trust me, the circle gets tighter. Like don't let new people in because from what I've seen, again, outside looking in with bare binoculars, those mystic people, the people with the vibrations and the new
the mystics
are the first to come into your life when you get a lot of money.
Oh yeah, and that's you gotta be careful.
And that's, I think, to me, that's so you gotta protect yourself.
I think it'd be easy if we ever got blessed with money for us to kick people out.
For me, at least,
I'll pay you to go away. like
that shit. Dog.
I don't like you, and that's it.
And I like one time, hey, I was talking about not being single anymore. But this is relevant this time. I'm not just telling the podcast that I'm single because some of you guys got hot moms. I'm saying it because once Maggie was like, man, we gotta meet her before you do. Before you make any decisions. And I felt so like comforted by that. I was like, yeah, it's not just me making the decisions no more.
Yeah.
I
absolutely don't remember saying that, but I'll roll with it.
Thank you.
You guys gonna have to cut to that part.
No, not in this podcast.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have to cut to
at the office.
All right. Well, no matter, it's going to be a good fight. It's still slated for 420. So
today is the 13th.
All day.
Who fights this weekend? Any fights this weekend? I know the next one is probably like Oscar Valdez.
Yeah, 29th.
On the 29th against Wilson. I believe that's a Friday.
That's a good fight.
That's a good fight. Dang it. I can't. I'm slacking. I don't remember. If there's any fights.
I heard Shakur. I don't know how accurate this is, but I heard Shakur might be fighting Murataya in June.
That would be insane. Oh, I would love to watch that, bro.
Live.
I would love to watch that.
Baranchik? No.
He's fighting? Navarrete?
Yeah.
Navarrete fights this weekend?
No.
Oh, no, that was clickbait because it did say the 18th.
Clickbait.
It was clickbait.
ESPN clickbait.
Yeah.
It would have to be the 16th, right? This weekend?
Simone.
All right. So nothing exciting coming up. Next week, some fights in Vegas on Amazon Prime pay-per-view.
Oh shit.
Zoo and Thurman.
I'm more interested in fucking Rolly against Pitbull, honestly. I can give a shit about fucking Thurman and Zoo.
Okay.
Sorry.
I forgot about that fight. You want to make a prediction real quick on the
That's for the 30th.
That's next week, huh? Never mind.
Whatever, we can make it.
We'll do it next.
Is that on the Thurman? That's on the Thurman.
Thurman
That's on the card
against.
It almost seems like Rolly and Pitbull are the fucking
main event.
Oh, okay.
Which they should have done. Honestly,
the other kid is huge in Australia. The other one is fighting Thurman.
Tim Tszyu.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Tszyu. I think the rumor around the rumor mill is that Charlo's been ducking him for a while,
forever.
So
at least a year or two.
Maybe Crawford could fucking fight him and then make a great fight, depending on how he does against Thurman, because it's expected of him to piece him up. So
Kambosos.
Oh, Kambosos fights Loma.
May.
Oh, that's not Tomei. Okay.
In a way.
Oh, that's a good.
In a way.
That's a good fucking fight. I can't wait.
He's fighting in May.
The boxing gods.
Josh Taylor. Jack Catterall.
That first fight was a.
Yep. So
Josh Taylor lost.
The spring has a lot of nice fights, and then of course all leading up to May 18th, back in Saudi Arabia.
May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Fighting on
Canelo Alvarez.
Oh, because that's ESPN. That's why they don't put it.
Oh no, they should have it on there.
They don't.
Canelo Alvarez against Jaime Munguia, May 4th.
No, they don't have it.
I would like to see what the co-main event is going to be in that one.
Nope, they don't.
Oh
yeah, they do. It's right here. You have to scroll way down.
Yeah. You got to go to the schedule.
So and see how Alvarez is in camp and is quiet about it, not tweeting.
Yeah, well, he's a different person.
Yeah. All right.
He doesn't. Oh. He is at the point where he is more talked about when he doesn't talk than when he talks. You know what I mean?
That's a talent.
That is just fucking
silent speak.
That is knowing how to control
a narrative.
Yeah. Learn how to say something.
All right.
Without saying anything.
That means we're about to start saying a lot because this is over. We ain't gonna say nothing more. So we just need you guys to like, comment, subscribe. All right. Tell us what your
share the motherfucking dog
and share the motherfucking dog. Just like my dog said. Watch this shit. All right.
Hey, you should get on Christian Mingle.
All right.
All right. Bye.
This has been a Point and Yell production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.